Hi! So, you might not know me, which is fine because I don't know you, so we can learn to know each other. My name is Alex, also known as Red on the channel name. And I am going to C2E2 this year, and I will be cosplaying there. I'll be doing a bunch of smaller cosplays compared to what I wanted to do. Instead of doing like a big elaborate cosplay, since this is technically my first time actually getting in cosplay, other than the last time I went with my sibling, and we went as spiders, like Spider-Man and Miles Morales and whatnot. But yeah, I'm going for the first time by myself this year, and I decided why not just have a little fun with it. So this year I will be doing 3 different cosplays. I will be doing a Squid Games cosplay based off of this art right here. I will also be doing a Produce 48 cosplay, and then this is going to be after the con, but after C2E2, I will be going to my school's, I will be going to my school's convention, and I will be doing a cosplay there. And that one is a little surprise, so keep your eyes peeled for that one if this goes well enough for me to post. So what is this? This is kind of just me logging everything. I have already completed I finished putting together my Squid Game cosplay. You'll probably see some pictures of it here, like a video of it, whatnot. But now, I guess this is just me taking you on the journey of getting my second cosplay done for the Produce 48 one. That one's gonna be a lot more stripped down. I'm not gonna probably be as happy as I wish I would, but that is also because I didn't really prep beforehand and I decided I was doing a cosplay. Okay, so for context, the con is in April. It is currently March, and I decided I was going in January, which doesn't really give me a lot of time to do like a full-blown cosplay, which is the other reason another reason why I'm not doing a whole big thing, because I'm in college. I have no money. Are you crazy? But yeah, come join me on this journey, and if it goes great, it will go. Yeah, I just pew pew pew. I don't know how to end this. I'll keep you posted. Hello. So I'm currently at home, and I am going to try and sew. I couldn't end up finding a good fabric or blazer that I could just alter really quickly for the blazer for the Produce 41 outfit, the 48 outfit. So I decided that I'm going to make my own. Yeah, I have the patterns with me, and I have all the fabric that I need, and I got a little sewing kit and my sewing machine, so wish me luck. I'll try recording some parts of it, but I got this. Chat, we have a slight problem. So I'm sitting here cutting the fabric for, ignore the wrapping paper, it's my lining paper, for my blazer, and I realized I cut one of the pieces wrong. This part was supposed to be part number 7, and I cut it off. It's the full piece 7, Sarah's basement. I need to watch while I do this. And here's where it's supposed to fit, and then you pull it down. Where's the rest? Main problem with this. I am out of wrapping paper, so I can't actually wrap or pin the thing that I need. So I will come back to piece 7. You know, I'm just gonna redo it. It's not gonna be that bad anyway. I don't think it shouldn't be that difficult. It should just re-pin and re-poke and recut. And so that's exactly what I did. I repinned. I found more wrapping paper actually, which I'm so thankful for, because we just had some lying around after the holidays, but I'm probably gonna buy some more. But I did end up just having to repin, restitch, recut, not stitch, repin and recut the paper, and then put it onto my fabric. After I did the main fabric, I did my interfacing fabric as well. And then I also did the lining fabric. Now, here's a little spoiler for later. I didn't actually end up using most of the interfacing fabric or the lining fabric. Why didn't I use the interfacing or the lining? It was too small. It wasn't too small. Okay. In my defense, the blazer wasn't that small. It wasn't too small. It was small enough to the point where it was like, okay, I wouldn't, and like, plus it's a one-time wear, and I'm not getting judged on this. Is my first ever cosplay, so I decided I don't need it, so I didn't use it. It did end up making the backside the internals very frayed and leaky, and I was leaking a lot, but it's fine. I wasn't getting judged on it, and the only person who was hurting was myself, and people were slipping on it, which I'm so sorry if you did. So, I finished cutting out all the fabric, sitting in the pile. I think I did pretty good. I think I'm going to enjoy putting together. My back kind of hurts from bending over most of the day, and just being in a lot of pain, but I think I will enjoy. I just wanted to say, this couldn't be done. I couldn't do all this without the help of Sarah Spaceman and Jerry Bees. Sarah Spaceman, because I was watching a lot of her content while just getting it done. I actually ended up watching her video on the Heroes of Cosplay, I believe it's called, show, and I did that, and at the end it was funny when she said 2 hours had passed. I was like, there's no way. And then I looked at the clock and I looked at the video and I was like, oh my gosh. And by that point I was already almost done with cutting out all the fabric. And then Jerry B's, because of his Eurovision content. So thank you to both of you. I will definitely be linking their content in the description, and here, wherever the eye is gonna be too, it would also be there. My whole playlist. But yeah, I'm gonna relax. So, and now here we are. The con is in a week. I'm super excited. I have all my stuff done. I have the Produce 41 blazer done. I have a few things coming on the way for that, like the socks that I need. The shoes that I thought I did have, I did actually end up throwing out, so I do not have those. But I have another pair that aren't the same, and they aren't really similar, but they will, I think, look nice with the cosplay, so I'm really looking forward to that. In terms of things, considering this is my first con I'm doing alone, I didn't really know what to get, so I have a few things, like a cosplay bag, or a con bag, not a cosplay bag, a con bag that I kind of decorated with little twin stars and various keychains and whatnot. There's this new place that opened by my house that has a lot of like different trinkets and whatnot, and I already had the bag. I bought it a few weeks ago, and so I just decided when I went home to decorate. So I'm gonna wear this through the convention. I keep saying convention. I realized that when I looked through the other footage, but I'm gonna have that when I go to the convention. I have I went home and I also got my little my pass, my 3-day pass. Woohoo! So I'm excited. I don't have a lanyard. I need to go buy it, or not buy it. I need to go get it when I go to the con. That'll probably be one of the first things I do on day one. Unless they are open Thursday, which I have to double check if they are open on Thursday, and I can just ask for go to will call, get a lanyard. That would make my life easier, especially since I bought a pin. Then I could just enjoy it. There are some things I wish I did at the con or when I was at home. Like I wish I had sewn the bow onto the Squid Games hood, or I wish I had actually tried to do the interfacing and the lining, and you'll see it when I do show the cosplay, but there's a part on the blazer that I'm not really the proudest of. However, I'm trying to give myself grace because it is my first ever cosplay, and this is kind of what I'm like. I'm a newbie, but I will say I am very happy because it opened the door to me, and I'm like, I want to actually try more cosplay. So yeah, now that I know what I'm like getting myself into, I mean, the place I went to go get fabrics, I'm probably not going to be open for the time I do my next cosplay. However, there are still other places that can get fabric, some better than others. But yeah, this is kind of all I have. So the con is in a week. It's a week from today, actually. A week from today. Maybe I'd actually be home from the con at this time on the last day. It's currently the Sunday before, and so me being me, I already forgot to take it out the suitcase. So there it is. Here's my cosplays. I need to take them out so then everything can not wrinkle, get unwrinkled, straighten itself out in a way. So this will also be a little sneak peek of what's to come in terms of the cosplay. So woohoo! Let's see. So here we have the main event of the break. Please don't judge me. I know it looks really bad, but I tried. There's a lot of fraying ends on the blazer, but I think there should be, I mean, there's some right here, but they're mostly tucked away, so you won't really see them if you're not looking too close. So here's hoping. There are some parts of this that I am like not happy about, like this hole that just kind of popped out of nowhere. I'd sew it up if I had material, but I don't. So, but I got it done. I didn't do a lining or anything like that. I just wanted to get the main blazer done, and I did. And I'm super happy with the job, even though it may not look terrific. The day of, I am going to see it's even shedding starting now. See, it's very good. The day of, I'm going to put it in the shower. Try taking out some of the left in lining, especially, because it made it all wrinkly and whatnot. But yeah, here's the blazer. Here are also the shoes that I'll be wearing with the Produce 48 cosplay. This is, again, for my first day. So, next we have the skirt that I will be wearing. It's the same material as the same pattern as the blazer, because I wanted it to match. There's that. After that, we have the skirt for the Squid Games cosplay. This will go on its own separate hanger. So here's the skirt. Very cute, very nice and preppy. Love this. This is made by the same brand that did my pajamas as well, or one set of my pajamas, so it's very great. I like this skirt. Also in this one we have the mask that I painted. I think I did a good job. I don't remember what I used exactly for the circular shape, but I think it looks pretty good. I think I got the dimensions great. Yeah. I put, yeah. Oh, this is also kind of shedding. I should have. But here's the leg warmers. Here are my leg warmers that will be shedding. I know I should have. I didn't even remember these. But here are my leg warmers that I will be wearing for Squid Games. Sweetheart. The main part of the outfit for my Squid Games cosplay. I didn't replace the belt with anything new. I'm using the same belt that came with the costume, the original one, which I got here only for like $50, so I didn't want to. This wasn't the one I was planning on rebuilding. But even then, I just took the top part, the jacket part, and I just cut the legs off, which also made some nice little marks. But this will be all covered up at the bottom here. So yeah, there's that. And that is everything in my little bag. So next time you see me, where's my bow? Oh, I'm supposed to have a bow with this one. Oh, it's right here. Okay, I'm like my bow and my gloves. Okay, so here's the bow. I don't know how I'm gonna get this on because I don't have any pins or literally anything to stick it on me. But that's a problem in the future, Alex, because I was supposed to sew it on over the break and I completely forgot because I was stuck making that. I'm not stuck, but I was busy making that blazer over there. Yeah, I know you're hearing me. I'm talking about you messy problem child. I think for this Squid Games one, I'll probably, and people say they don't like magnets, but if I can fit one in here where it won't slip, and then attach it to my head, that should be fine. And then here are my gloves. I don't think these fit well. They don't fit that well on my hands. Yeah, they're very loose. So to fix that, I'm gonna use what's it called? Here, let me show you my idea. But here's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna take, let's use this one again. I'm gonna take the glove, put it on my hand, and see how it's loose. And then I'm gonna get a ponytail holder. So like that, and then put this around it, so then it'll tighten up my hand. And it'll look a lot cleaner than if I just let it out. And then I can adjust the size. It'll probably roll down across the duration of the con, but that's fine. See, here's my glove. But yeah, that's my grand plan. I'm glad it worked. This is the first time I tried it. So yeah, there's all that for my costume. You might be wondering, what happened? This is I went to the convention. It was fun. My blazer, I wasn't really exactly happy with how the blazer turned out. There was a lot of fraying edges, and there were times where I just didn't want to finish it because I was a little upsetty spaghetti with how it turned out. But overall, I do think it was still pretty fun. Friday was different, to say the least.
It's like 9 a.m. on a Friday. People have school and stuff, work.
That was the day where I wore the blazer, and of course, I kind of was expecting that nobody would recognize it because it is super niche and it didn't look right, but it was still very. A lot of people who did get it, they were like, "Oh my gosh, you're from Produce 48," and I was like, "Yep." And they're like, "That's so cool," and I was like, "Yeah." So that was fun. I did enjoy that. Saturday was a bit better because it was more easily recognizable. Because it was Squid Games and everybody knows Squid Games, I feel like. But a lot of people did recognize it, and a lot more people. And this was the day where a lot of people were like, "Oh my gosh, can I get a picture?" "Oh my gosh, my kid wants a picture. That's so cool." And I apologize for the clicking noises. I'm editing as I'm saying this stuff, so if it's not getting censored out, it's my mouse. I was waiting for the Squid Game event, and this little girl came up to me and she's like, oh my gosh, I love your cosplay. And she gave me a bracelet. Oh my gosh. And so I have it on my little tentacle kitty from the Tentacle Kitty people. I also have this from another artist in Artist Alley. I got another one on my phone. But she gave me this little bracelet. It's so cute. So if this little girl sees this, thank you so much. Oh my gosh, I wish I said thank you then, but I felt awkward and I was trying to stay in character. Which I guess was a huge thing for me. I wanted to stay in character. Didn't really work out that well. Or didn't really have a point in doing it, but yeah. But then my last one was it was more like a casual cosplay because I already had all this stuff and I was just like, okay, I'm gonna wear this and go because I bought a 3-day pass and I wasn't gonna waste it. It was so much fun. I do want to try like cosplaying again and like drawing stuff again. Not immediately though. Given like a little bit of time, I think I would be able to do it again. But because it was so taxing and expensive, and I don't have a job. I still don't have a job. Thanks, Mom. It was just kind of like, I do it, I just need more time. But, yeah. I know I mentioned earlier that I went to my school convention and I was gonna do like a cosplay there, more casual cosplay actually. And I did a Hatsune Miku monitoring cosplay. That one was a lot of fun. Nobody knew it was Miku. Everybody thought it was, Chubio. And I was like, I could kind of see that because of the blazer, but like the tie is different and the hair was different and even the skirt was different. I'm a stickler for details. So anyway, thank you for following me on this journey. I had a lot of fun doing it and I hope you guys had fun watching me. If this goes well and if I have the motivation to do another one, which I probably will because my friends are planning on going to Renfest, I will. I guess I will see you later then. Toodles!